32 is greater than 5, therefore the decision statement is executed. The value of numbers I is assigned to storage value. The value of numbers I plus 1 is assigned to numbers I. The value of storage value is then assigned to numbers I plus 1. When the loop executes a fourth time, I is incremented to 3. Since I is no longer less than 3, the loop exits. Notice that the largest value is now in the last position. You would need to sort through the numbers 2 more times to get them in ascending order. So let's add another for loop. Our previous for loop is now nested inside the new for loop. The outer for loop will execute 3 times. The first time it executes, it puts the largest value in the fourth element's position. The second time it executes, it puts the next largest value in the third element's position. The third time it executes, it puts the next largest value in the second element's position. By default, the smallest value is automatically placed in the first element's position. Remember the pattern we were looking for? We need 3 sets of 3 groups of comparisons. The inner loop creates our 3 groups of comparisons. The outer loop creates our 3 sets of comparisons. Now, let's display our results. We will create another for loop to display each element in our array. To display all the elements in the array, we will let our condition check to see if I is less than or equal to 3. Note, we could also let the condition be I less than 4 to get the same results. This statement will display the value of the element with the corresponding subscript. The first time the for loop executes, the value of I is 0. So numbers I is number 0, which is the first element's position. The value of the first element is 2. When the for loop executes a second time, I is incremented to 1. So numbers I becomes numbers 1, which is the second element's position. The value of the second element is 5. When the for loop executes a third time, I is incremented to 2. So numbers I is now numbers 2, which is the third element's position. The value of the third element is 18. When the for loop executes the fourth time, the value of I is incremented to 3. So numbers I is now numbers 3, which is the fourth element's position. The value of the fourth element is 32. This concludes our section on arrays. The next section we will be discussing is pointers.